Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new playthrough. Guess what? The bland era is over!
Woo! Let's go! Is this your first playthrough?
Uh, yeah,
Neat.
but it's 100%, so don't worry about it.
Man, it took you so long to play this game the first time. What
Wow,
the
man.
fuck?
Wow, Ryan, it took you.
Slow to the curb thing.
Is this game already almost a year old? It'll probably be a year old by the time this comes up. I would.
It'll be close, but not quite.
Yeah.
God, this game came out last October.
This game
Yeah.
slaps. Is that what the kids are still saying? Slaps, lit, groovy.
I would say this game slaps, cooks. It's probably the vernacular you want to be using.
Yeah, dude, this game, I never thought I would really be this excited for a 2D Mario game. Just like ever. Because
I remember when it was revealed that I kind of felt like the outlier. Because like everyone was talking about like, oh my god, it's like the Mario's so fucking back, guys, and it looks amazing. We got so many playable characters, and a playable Daisy was like, that was a selling point for me, especially. But I remember thinking, it doesn't look that different from new Super Mario Brothers, just in terms of like gameplay wise and that sort of shit. Like it was, from what I understand, like it was essentially the aesthetic that was carrying like first impressions, and I thought, I was like, yeah, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, it definitely looks like a pretty interesting 2D Mario game, but I don't know. I felt weird in thinking is like it doesn't look that different from new, and everyone's acting like it's so much better than new.
well, here's the thing. Just for some perspective for me, like the first Mario games I played, the 2D ones, were the remakes on Game Boy. So Mario Deluxe, and then the Advanced series, and then eventually New Super Mario Brothers on DS and whatnot. And in many ways, you're right in that this isn't that different from New Super Mario Brothers. But this game, to me, really kind of sells how important the parts of a video game that aren't the gameplay are. Because you're right, in terms of gameplay, aside from the Wonder Powers, which are awesome, and ignoring those is a disservice to the game, but they kind of complicate things, so we're gonna take them out of the equation for a moment. Aside from the Wonder Powers, this game does play very, very similarly to the new series, but the fact that everything else is so much more fresh and is so much more brimming with life makes the game feel so much more special than the New Super Mario Brothers series, which definitely became like kind of the definition of stale for Nintendo. Like whenever Nintendo did anything that just felt safe or sanitized, people would be like, "Oh, this is the new Super Mario Brothers of blah blah blah."
Yeah, and I want to stress, just to be clear, we're talking about when the game was first revealed and first impressions and that sort of thing. As someone who has played this game twice now, before this commentary, like it's very familiar gameplay wise too, but the aesthetic really does just kind of enhance everything around it. Because, and I'm speaking as someone that really didn't hate New Super Mario Bros. Again, the new problem was that they held on to that fucking aesthetic for too long.
Like, I mean, so for New Super Mario Brothers, like the DS game, did we do the DS game on the channel? I think I did record it.
I believe we did a long time ago.
Part of the problem there. So, like, for the DS game and the Wii game, part of the graphics going on there is kind of just the platform. Like, for a DS game, New Super Mario Brothers doesn't look too bad. And also you have the idea that, oh, this is the first 2D Mario, new 2D Mario in, I was like,
It was
10
14.
years?
It was 14 years at that point.
Really?
It was like 13 or 14, because New Mario was 2005, I think?
5 or 6.
Yeah, because then Super Mario World was 91.
Yeah, if you count Mario Land, that's like 93, so anywhere from like 13 to 15 years. So it's like, okay, I mean, I still think that New Super Mario Brothers is still playing it very, very safe, even on DS. But, and then for the Wii game, it basically is just a shinier version of the DS game, which again is like kind of but it had that big selling point of, oh, but now it's in multiplayer, which, again, I think if you weren't around during that time, or if you were very young during that time, you might be like, okay, so what, every 2D platformer has multiplayer. But that was still a pretty big thing at that time.
Yeah, for Mario specifically.
Yeah, like, literally, the reason why so many 2D platformers have multiplayer nowadays is because of New Mario Wii and how much of a success that game was. And then you get to New Mario 2. I fucking hate that it's new. Are we past 30 seconds in the video? Yes. Okay, good. We can spare now. I fucking hate that. No, the third New Super Mario Brothers game is New Super Mario Brothers 2. God damn it. I hate it so much.
No, I think the third one is actually... Well, I thought you came out...
No, you came out after 2, but they came out within 6 months of each other, which is also part of the problem.
Okay, that's what I'm...
It's like, it's again, it's not that each game is in the new series is identical, but it's like you glaze your eyes even just a little bit and you could be like, which one am I playing again? And I mean, I also want to stress that Wonder isn't good just because it's not new. Like, this game is good because it does so many things on its own. I want to stress that right now. This game is
genuinely great. Like, this game is genuinely amazing.
This is my favorite 2D Mario game, I would say.
Okay.
It's my favorite since World, at least.
Yeah. No, World is also very, very good. I don't have that connection to World that you guys do because I didn't really play it. One thing I do have to say, this is the stage that made me fall in love with the game. I didn't really see many spoilers for the game before it came out, so like I didn't really watch many playthroughs or anything like that. And Nintendo, when looking back at the preview things or even like demos that they have at store kiosks or whatnot, footage of this particular stage, Piranha Plants on Parade, is always like they always skip it. Like this is something that they knew was special, and so they hid it from the players in order to make it so that it was indeed a surprise once you got to this point. Which, like, I'm so glad they did that. I feel like in marketing, people are all too quick to show the best parts of a game before you, like, even get to it, you know?
Or a movie, which is why I don't go see comedies anymore, because all the best jokes are in the trailer.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, is because growing up with a bunch of friends who are theater kids and sci-fi nerds, I heard, and I'm not even exaggerating here, literally every joke in Monty Python and the Holy Grail before I actually watched the movie, and I'm like, well, thanks, assholes. There's nothing to laugh at anymore. Good job.
I mean, I am definitely one of those assholes when it comes to like
me too,
and other shit like that. But it's also like, you know, you gotta keep it. I think before you start going on a quote fest, you should at least see if everyone is familiar with what you're talking about.
I love this.
Otherwise,
so
what are they
much.
laughing at?
Oh, Ryan! They're singing.
I hate fun.
But it's also one thing I really love is that if you kill the piranha plants, the music track stops going. Yeah.
It's weird though, saying piranha plant mouse
without teeth.
They're also lip synced too, which is also like, oh my god. Oh, you killed the Nutella piranha plant. One of them goes like Nutella, Nutella. Yeah, that was the moment where. Oh, okay.
I think I forgot to show it. So
okay, we don't care.
That one did take me a while to find, though. The secrets in this game are actually pretty well hidden, all things considered, and none of them feel really like kind of cheap and dumb. You know, where it's just like, oh well, how the hell was I supposed to know to do that? This game's just like really, really well designed in many ways.
Well, it helps when you have 4 of the 5 people who worked on Super Mario Brothers 1 working on this game.
It was everybody but Miyamoto, I think.
No, Miyamoto worked on this game.
Miyamoto did? Okay. I thought that he was mostly hands off from this.
I mean, he's general producer, which means he still worked on it. So.
Okay, fair.
It was Miyamoto, Tezuka, Koji Kondo did some pieces for this game. And I forget who the fourth guy is.
Oh, that's another thing I love about this game. This game is the music. Like, we just had that little bit right there, but even like the stage themes. One thing that I've had a problem with many 2D Mario soundtracks since like 3 is that they really overuse the same motifs over and over. And I get it. I know y'all love your leitmotifs and your, oh, we gotta make the final boss theme of our JRPG a remix of the main theme, and you're, okay, yeah, I get it. It's not, but I also like it when I get to a new stage and there's a completely new song in that new stage that I can love just as much as the song that I heard the stage before, you know? And
I stress again, it's a matter of how well you use that leitmotif. Because just having leitmotifs is one thing. That's kind of whatever. It's how well you can masterfully mix it into different tunes to fit the theme or the aesthetic of what level design entails.
And I'd say that Mario has not been traditionally good at that, because I'm gonna...
What? I would argue.
No, I think World's the worst case of it at all. It's literally the same song the entire game.
I'm not feeling very wonderful right now.
Listen, it's like, it's not even that, oh, you're gonna sneak a bit of it here or a bit of it there. It's literally the same exact track every single time. There's no break from it.
Same exact track.
Yeah, ba-da-da-da-da. It's the
Da-da-da-da-da.
No, you don't deserve it. My opinion's more correct than yours is.
I know. Reddit told me.
You see, you're cringe. I have drawn this meme where you are the soy jack and I am the Chad. That means I'm correct. Oh yeah, this is also another thing. Oh yeah, this was something that I brought up earlier and then forgot to bring back. Like the wonder effects. Every stage, not every stage, because they do repeat every once in a while, which isn't a bad thing. I'm gonna throw out there right now. Having mechanics come back is good game design, not necessarily bad game design. But the fact that there's like this extra bit at the end of the stage where the rules change drastically makes the level design feel so much more dynamic, and I appreciate that a lot. Oh, that's cute.
So what do we think?
I think it only happens if you have water in the trunk.
Yeah, so what do we think about Elephant Mario, the big new power-up of the game?
It's also actually it's just really fucking rude that I'm thinking about it, because Mario just like got to the end and he's like, I spit on you.
He makes me uncomfortable.
Elephant Mario?
Yeah.
Well, just the elephant power up.
Yeah, like it's a threatening aura. I mean, it's a fun power up. It's not my favorite power up in the game. That would probably be Drill. Mushroom is probably my favorite, but we'll get to that. That doesn't actually show up to like World 4 or 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's pretty into the game, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Honestly, like to me, the power ups are kind of whatever. Like I do find the elephant whimsical. I mean, that's the entire game, really. I feel there's more of a conversation to have with the badges.
Oh, the badges are great. I'd say, like, if there's one thing that I hope that they keep for whenever they do another 2D Mario game, is not just have the badges, but have more out there ones. Because I feel like I do like them a lot, but I found that I stuck to the more kind of mundane ones a lot of the time, because they feel a little bit more useful. And some of the more out there ones, like the Vine Whip, aren't as, like... I mean, they all can be useful, and you can try them to... If you were, like, ever having trouble with a specific secret or whatever, I found myself switching badges pretty frequently. But, you know, typically I'd stick with, like, oh, the Luigi flutter jump or running faster or whatnot fairly frequently. And so, like, making some of them make the platforming a little bit more different, I think would be a neat touch. If they were ever to bring this... Oh, hi. There, little dude. Okay. Something about the icon on that house was just, like... made me feel weird. I don't know.
I stuck mostly with the cat badge, actually, with the floaty thing instead of the spin jump.
Oh, the glide. It's like one of the first ones you get.
It is the first one you get. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Not even the double jump one?
Nope.
Because I think everyone, after they get the double jump one, that's the one that just kind of default to. Because the double jump kind of breaks levels.
The double jump, that you do get that at the very end of the game, to be fair. But it is very good. One that I thought was underrated was the one where if you can continuously jump, you get more height. I thought that
Is the triple jump back?
I think it's the triple jump badge. I don't remember exactly what its name is. But the capped badge is also still very good. You do end up using it a lot, especially in the early game.
How about no?
Coins!
But generally, like, this is how it works. Like, you get into when you have a new badge to potentially unlock, you have to do like a trial stage to get you acquainted with how it works, and they don't ask for much until later.
Yeah, I like the badge stages a lot, actually, especially the later ones. Strangely enough, the way this game is structured makes it feel a lot more like Mario Galaxy than it does like a traditional 2D Mario game. Just the level design in general feels much more like, I'd say specifically Mario Galaxy 2 than like, you know, the new Super Mario Brothers games or even the World in 3 or whatnot. Like, you know, part of it has to do with, you need to get a certain amount of seeds as opposed to just beating levels and whatnot. But also it's just like the fact that you get to choose your stages and do them, and you have some choice in what order they go in. And just the vibe in general. It felt like a 2D Mario Galaxy to me in a lot of ways, which is awesome because Mario Galaxy is a very good game.
Like, even as amazing as Odyssey ended up being, like, Galaxy is just still kind of the standard. I hold a lot of 3D Mario games too.
I mean, I do like agree in that I like Galaxy more than Odyssey, but they're such fundamentally different games that it's hard to really compare the two of them. You know, like,
no, you say fundamentally. Would you say
Galaxy?
I don't know,
because the structure's just completely
like they're very similar in lieu of what you have to do.
Yeah, I prefer the slightly more open options than just level by level in my 3D, because I feel 3D is more exploratory in general, because if we want a more linear experience, we have 2D for that.
I mean, you can. I agree in like in general. I think you can do both, obviously, but in general, yeah, 3D does lend itself more to a sandboxy kind of structure than a 2D game does. You know, if we're just talking about generalities. Were these guys in another Mario game, the Bull Rushes? Or are these
I don't
new?
think so.
That's another thing. This is the first Mario game to have a ton of new enemies in forever. Like, look at those little guys. They're doofuses. I love them. Man.
I was standing on nothing.
Yeah. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
As gorgeous as this game is, there are definitely some times when you can tell that, like,
They cheaped out.
yeah, like the bull rushes in the background there. It's like, okay.
You're moving at 2 frames a second. Come on, guys.
And they're not running on anything. I think part of that is, you can just straight up. I've never had the bull rush stampede get so far away that it just. I didn't even know that could happen though. That like
I think in that part, someone was calling Ryan's name.
You did it wrong.
Like, I thought that like if you just ran out of time, the stampede would go away. I didn't know that like you could have it outrun you. That's actually pretty cool.
Don't worry, I go back for that. Oh goodness.
The game
Stop
is also,
freaking out, Flower.
The game's also much more willing to experiment with the structure of Mario levels too. Like, there's the, comedy, we're gonna knock over the flagpole kind of element of that stage. But there's also a bunch of stages later on in the game where the game gets really creative with its secret exits. So, yeah, like here you're like, okay, so...
Do I go back?
You didn't do another run through. You just straight
I was
up.
trying to go back for that.
I'm sorry, Ryan. You're not thick enough to break that block.
Dang. Off to the secret quote-unquote exit I go.
This is a secret exit that I think more people find first than the real exit.
Look at everybody, at least instinctively, tries to jump over the flagpole when they can.
Well, I don't think you can even jump over the flagpole if you don't have the bull rush. I think there is an invisible
No,
wall
but
there.
I'm more talking about where you would think to look for an alternate exit. Once you realize that, oh, this game has alternate exits. Oh, I wonder there's one behind the flagpole. Well, sort of. I think it just kind of like you instinctively, especially if you're a long-time Mario player, that's where you want to look.
We know exactly when Ryan recorded this playthrough.
Yep.
It was October 20th.
Yeah, that was close to when the game launched. Yeah, right.
I think it might have been the exact day the game launched.
And oh, damn it.
What do you guys feel about like having a shop in a 2D Mario game that like you spend the purple coins on?
Good.
Fine by me. It gives a reason to use the coins.
Yeah, it gives you incentive to collect shit, like outside of the antiquated life system.
That is one thing about the game. I'm like, why are lives?
Why are
even
lives still a
here?
thing? Like in this, like, come on.
Like
literally every other 2D platformer at this point in time has moved past lives. They're not needed.
Does Sonic Superstars have lives?
No, does not.
Okay, all right. Wow, I guess that's point one for.
We should probably stop
Blue.
before we talk more about it.